Without any further ado, I'll mention our first one. If Fletcher Kittredge had managed only to build his company, GWI, from a small Biddeford area phone and DSL provider to one of the premier broadband carriers in Maine, a company, by the way, that earned a record $14 million in 2010, and for the third time was named to Inc. magazine's top 500 fastest growing companies. That alone could have earned him consideration as a Mainebiz Business Leader of the Year. But it was really Fletcher's determination to drive economic development throughout the state by expanding high-speed internet access that really set him apart. Fletcher was the point man in the three-ring binder project. I'm sure you've heard of it. A collaboration of private companies, some of which were competitors, and public institutions to grab a piece of the $4 billion carrot the federal government was dangling in stimulus money to spark technology investments. The problem? Coming up with $7 million application fee needed to leverage $26 million in federal stimulus grants. Fletcher managed to convince carriers around the state to sign on by first promising to ante up and then promising the three-ring binder project would not be GWI's baby. True to his word, he stepped aside as Maine Fiber Company was formed, an independent firm overseeing the construction, maintenance, and leasing of a 1,100-mile network that will offer high-speed internet service to carriers in some of the most underserved parts of Maine. Right now, Maine Fiber has 4 carriers signed on, is negotiating with 7 others, and work on the first 500 miles of the network should be completed by the end of the year. High-speed internet access is as essential to doing business today as telephone service was 50 years ago. But high-speed internet service isn't the end game for GWI. The company is investing in data centers and cloud computing to position it for future success. And Fletcher has a plan for bringing rural Maine right along with it. He's not about to let Maine lose any more ground. For his vision and tenacity, which we think will create economic opportunities in Maine for decades to come, we recognize Fletcher Kittredge as the large company Mainebiz 2011 Business Leader of the Year.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate the award. I get to go first, so I get to say what an honor it is to be here with my fellow nominees. It's Andy Shepard and Martin Grimnis. I enjoyed reading about what they do, and there were companies and a very exciting project that I heard about, and it's just delightful. And I really appreciate Mainebiz. I think you all probably know this, but at least unconsciously, but if you think for a moment about what they do and how important it is to have the resource of a weekly that does real reporting on business, that is not just boosterism, but is quality work. And I certainly, getting the daily updates in my email is just a wonderful thing. This is not just a cliche. GWI, they had to pick one person, and because they don't give awards to teams, but and they picked me. But I think anyone that knows GWI knows that really what we are is a team of people that have been together, the core for many years. And I really appreciate all they do. And I also want to single out my parents who are here, who have had an extraordinary impact on things. One other quick thing, and I will actually, for once in my life, manage to be brief, but which, if you know me, I was lucky that I was in on the original internet revolution. It was a happenstance when I left Maine in '84. I ended up on the research lab where they were doing this. I had no idea, so I've been on this at the beginning. And there really was an internet revolution. It's been around for a long time, but there's a real revolution in the '90s when we were all introduced to the internet. A second revolution is coming, and it is really, we're just on the leading edge of it, and it really is going to reshape not just the way we do business, but really the lives we lead. And that is, it's starting out being called cloud computing. Maine is well suited to take advantage of this if we step up and organize. And it may not be GWI that does it, but someone ought to do it. If you look at what we have with the 3-ring binder, if you look at what we have with the power that is relatively cheap for New England, and if you look at what we have in a blue-collar workforce, which may not have the advanced degrees, but has the intelligence and the attitude and the availability, Maine could be the place where the cloud is. We could be the place where the data centers are and where the people who put the managed servers, and there's a real opportunity here. Among other things, these high-quality workforces doesn't expect high wages and really is delighted to be able to live in rural Maine. There's a real opportunity, and I look around and I know that many of you are in the business, and I urge us all to take this seriously in industry and government. If we come together, this could be really, really big for Maine. So, thank you.